What's up, soldiers? Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com, vibes up in the kitchen as usual. We've done something like this before. We've done two other guacamole recipes before. One is the traditional, what we call zabouca choka. But this one here is a little bit different. Summertime, you're hosting people, you're going over by people's house. You're gonna like this one, a nice little dip to make. So this is my twist, a different twist on guacamole. Choka. Vibes it up. I'm going to employ the use of my mortar and pestle here, and the first thing we want to do is to go in with a clove of garlic. I'm just going to give it a rough chop just to help make crushing a little bit easier, and we're going to go in with the salt that we need. And all you want to do then is to crush that into a smooth paste. For a bit of kick, I'm going to go in with some scotch bonnet pepper, and if you want to make it incredibly spicy, you can use the seeds and the white membrane there. I'm going to avoid that because I want this to have a little bit of kick but nothing overbearing. I just love the scent of a freshly cut scotch bonnet pepper. And again, we're going to continue crushing that just until everything is nice and smooth. Everything nice and smooth now is just a matter of you getting your avocados, and I'm using 4 small avocados, and all you want to do is pretty much just cut it. Open it however you normally open your avocado. Hit them a little stab there. And it's a matter of just peeling it back in there, and then you're going to start crushing. You don't want to over crush it because what's going to happen then, it's going to become too runny. I like it with a little bit of texture, but however, if you don't like it with a texture, if you like it more smooth, you can certainly crush it all the way. With everything already crushed, what I'm going to do next is put it into the bowl that I'm serving it in. And you really want to scrape all of that off. You don't want to waste any of this avocado or zabouca goodness, as we say in the southern Caribbean. You may call this also, depending on where you're from in the Caribbean, you may call this pear because of the pear shape that it has, right? I'm going with all that, and it's going to have that lovely garlic and scotch bonnet sort of scent. If you want, you can go in with some cilantro or shadow benny. I get yelled at when I use cilantro in this house. My girls are not huge fans of cilantro. So the next step now is to go in with some seeded tomato, and I'm just going to fold that in. But before we do, to prevent this from starting to discolor, what I'm going to do is go in with the lime juice at this point. That's going to help keep it nice and green. I just want to squeeze that in there. And besides keeping it green, that sort of citrus scent and flavor is going to be quite brilliant with this guacamole. And that tomato is just to help it stretch a little bit further and to give it a little bit more texture. Make sure you work that lime juice all the way. And if you've been watching my other channel, Food FAQ, here is where you're going to need, and I think I published that video earlier today, the pickled red onions. And the other thing I'm going to go with is some pomegranate seeds to top this off. No, you're not seeing things. I just transferred it to a smaller bowl. I'm going to drizzle on just a tiny bit of olive oil on there. We've got the pickled red onions, and as I said, check Food FAQ, my secondary channel, for the video on how simple it is to make this. And I just want some of that just in the center here, like so. Get some of that pickle brine in there as well. And the final step is some of these pomegranate seeds. And you're going to get a nice burst of flavor. And I'm a huge fan of pomegranates, I'll admit that now. But Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com, a lovely guacamole or zabouca choka to the extreme. You're gonna like this one, man. Try it. Leave your comments below, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. A nice one for the summertime party and even in the winter time, man. Anytime, man.